Thank you.
Okay, so I'm right now reading Operating Circular 10, which is the banking agreement. But there's a whole bunch of stuff out there, and it's going to take hours to go through, and I think it's worthwhile. It's going to take us effort to connect the dots, but that's, when we practice doing that, we get better at it. So anybody have any questions over what we discussed on last week, or ourselves? We still got the problem of the estoppel. A question as to whether we go record it in one of those Arizona counties that'll record anything, or report it at the county court. Patrick is suggesting that, and he's also taking up the suggestion that if we convert it into an affidavit, because most counties will record affidavits, and they're having a hard time accepting this as a land, even though it is. And if we pursued it, we could probably show how they're not fulfilling their duties. Oh, we should do more than sitting around waiting, because you know that Patrick by far prefers it when we're actually taking an interest in what's going on and discussing it. So what have you guys been doing about it? With these documents? What are you getting into? No kidding. It went back on hold again. It's doing it itself. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Did you get my message?
Yeah, I saw the message come up on the Skype.
Okay.
It got thrown on all by itself. My mouse was nowhere near it.
Okay.
Okay, so what have you guys done in terms of trying to get this stuff out?
What did you say, Pat? What did you say, Thomas?
How many of you got your EINs?
Oh, yeah, I got them.
Have you prepared your estoppels?
I got one in, but I have to make sure it got received. I got it to the county land records.
Okay.
Sent it to them.
Well, Ray's got returned. Mine got returned. I think somebody else's got returned.
Yeah, I have to check my mail.
So we have to pursue that. Now, with what we talked about on Saturday, I'm preparing several utility bills, and I'm going to send in the coupon draw. I was hoping that I'd have the estoppel in place before I sent in the coupon draw, but Ray got back what was a positive response, that he was given a specific address to send it to. It could be that they were playing games with him, that they knew it wouldn't be honored, but they just had him send it somewhere else. That's probably the case. That may be the case. Go do it and find out. So has anybody dug into reading these Federal Reserve things?
I'm just going to download it all right now. I haven't even started to read it.
Okay, well, it got put out there days ago.
Yesterday?
When did I do the?
The 31st, it says.
Actually I started, yes. So there were a couple of days ago that I put the files up, and then I added Patrick's collection of the Federal Reserve documents into one zip file. And the way I do that is then I keep that and take the zip file and make it into one directory and start going through the directory file by file.
Sorry to interrupt, Tom. This is Guillermo.
Yeah.
There's quite a few callers that got put on hold, including myself. So I went on to the free conferencing line and called in from there.
Okay. Well, it turns out that the hold button went on all by itself.
Okay.
I have an errant mouse, but it was nowhere near the hold button. And Steve put a message on the Skype board, and I caught that and turned it back off hold.
Okay, good.
That's supposed to make sense.
Yeah.
Okay, and I forgot I had not posted your money order things when I thought I did, so they got posted up this afternoon.
Okay, good. Anybody has any questions? I'm here, available.
Okay. Well, I'm going to try it.
One thing I put on the envelope just before I sent it out was customer department. I put the address, but I actually added that on there, customer department.
Good. Yes, Patrick has pointed that out many, many times. We're customers.
So it's a Federal Reserve Bank of Richmond government agency, and then underneath I put customer department, then the address.
Good. Get that written down here. Okay, now Bill said he has another document that he's preparing that he's going to show Patrick. But right now he has to get permission from the guy who sent it to him to distribute it. He thinks he'll be able to do that. So I'll be anxious to see what that is. Have people haven't been having any trouble with Skype groups? The Skype group? I've had two people. One I added, and he doesn't see the Skype group window, and the other one who was a member of the Skype group, but when she updated her Skype, she couldn't access the group anymore. Now, I've had that problem before too. And I've called into Skype, and what they did on one computer to solve the problem, they went back to a version 3 years older. So I think that if you're having problems on Skype, it could very well be the Skype itself, and you think you should avoid updating.
Yeah, I'm not doing any updates myself, and everything's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm on the line, Tom.
Hi, Patrick. I just saw you sent back a Carrie letter. Okay, good. I'll post that.
Yeah, that way out of England, I got it into PDF format.
Good.
The whole thing. Okay.
Yeah, the way to outdo England without fighting her. Okay, I'll post that up right away.
A lot of this goes hand in hand with what we're trying to do with the 1099As and going to the Federal Reserve Bank and different items there. It just gives more substantiation in our claim to go in there and withdraw our collateral away from them.
It goes all the way back to 1865.
Let's just take care of what we got for our ship, okay? For our time frame, okay? Not back to 18, okay?
Well, they were thinking of it then.
Well, basically, yeah, okay, about the whole system, but it really goes back all the way back prior to even Moses' time, this
True.
whole scenario.
True.
About how the pharaohs and everything else have been using the dead monetary system throughout the ages. Now, one of the guys turned around and basically, if you can't get your estoppel by deed and banker's lien through the county recorder's office, then turn around and get it notarized and take it in and get it documented at the clerk of the court's office.
Okay.
After that, you could turn around and take that apostille and banker's lien, or the estoppel and by deed and banker's lien. Now that's recorded and notarized and everything, and take it up and take several copies of it and get it up to the state Secretary of State and get it apostilled. If you got several copies, send a couple off to the Secretary of State out in Washington, D.C. Get it apostilled. You're dealing with foreign jurisdictions here, this whole process. Does anybody have any questions on that?
It sounds, yeah, I don't have a question. I just set it out and do it. Yes, you don't need a case to register with the clerk of court. You just file it there as a document.
Just get it and get a certified copy of it back from them, okay? Or take in several and get them time-stamped, okay?
Okay.
As soon as they've got it time-stamped, basically it's a done deal.
Right.
Now you can turn around and get it apostilled, and basically then it's a done deal.
Okay.
You guys got to start thinking outside the box. Don't just go by what I say. There's more methods out here than you can shake a stick at in a lot of cases. But there's only one real true path that you have to stay on. But you may have to go to a different door to get through the other door. If that makes any sense to you people.
Oh, yeah. And this file is stuck at 10%, Patrick, but it's trying to connect. This file, the way to outdo England is stuck being sent to me, but I'll just keep waiting for it to download.
It's hard to say how long it's going to take.
Right.
A lot of times it's the connection with the problem with the connection is holding it up.
Yeah, it looks like an internet problem. Did you just take the letter and PDF it?
No, I basically went in and found another link to find where that document was at.
Okay.
And it gave me the whole PDF. You can get it in Word text or you can get it in PDF.
Okay, this is the excerpt from the Carrie's letters?
No, it's the whole thing.
Okay.
get it.
I got it.
Download it off that link,
I'll do that.
either in PDF or text. It's got several different formats that you could use.
Sure. I've got it up. Okay, I will do that.
There's more ways to find these books and find this information other than just one source out here. And especially you use Dogpile. I use dogpile.com as a search engine. And that one does one hell of a good job, better than Google or all the others out here. It picks up more of a broad base searching in the process.
I have a question, Patrick. This is Guillermo out in California. Are we still calling the CAFRs Collateral Assurance Fund Reserves or the Customer Assurance Fund Reserve? Does it make a difference?
Well, we're going after our collateral that is being withheld from us out here under the United States Fidelity and Guarantee Company.
Right.
And see, then it's got the assurances, and then it's got the Fidelity assurance policy that's out there being used as collateral. Everything that is done out here in this country is by insurance, assurance, or insurance. That's why why they have speeding tickets out here, why they have a seatbelt ticket, why they have all these other items out here is because they are charges against the insurance policy. And all these judges are nothing but assurance adjusters. Insurance or assurance adjusters, primarily assurance adjusters. You have to get the endorsement over onto that for them to set it off. But you have to notify them that you know who they are, and that basically if they do not comply, then you will file charges against them. Because now it's assurance fraud, not insurance fraud, but assurance fraud. You buy a new vehicle, okay? You don't want a dealer's license plate on there. You want to pay, you say, I'll pay the taxes, I'll pay getting the thing recorded. I want the title. I revoke all warranties by the manufacturer. The only thing that I want is a 30-day guarantee that if something happens, I can return it. And that's a standard contract item. Therefore, when the manufacturer no longer has a right to have a warranty, an insurance policy out here on the vehicle, they can't use that vehicle as collateral. You don't sign it up with the state cannot use it as collateral. You don't get the dealership license or permit or whatever for 30 days, the dealer is out of the picture. He has no lawful claim against that vehicle. You own that vehicle outright. And you're not a driver because you're not operating in a commercial endeavor. You're not for hire. That's pretty much the gist of it. Same thing would hold true with your mortgage on a house. You go and process the funds out of the Federal Reserve Bank, out of your account that is there, using that certificate of live birth or your DD-214, whatever document you have, and process the funds out of there to make a lawful payment. You're operating under Roman law, okay? You are a Gaius. G-A-I-U-S. You are a Roman citizen, a Roman American state citizen. Because we're operating under the Roman Empire. And that was the empire that was going to be until the end of time in this process that we're operating under. And it's the clay over iron. Iron is the law. The clay is the codes of law that have colored it over. Pretty simple. You just have to look at these things from the proper retrospect. I mean, you guys ain't dumb out here. But you got to start thinking. And that's the problem with most people. They don't want to think. They want everybody else to do the thinking for them. That's why everybody's got a goddamn stinking insurance policy.
In regards to your vehicle, Patrick, that you purchased, would you able to put that into your private bank now, estate and trust?
I got it registered as a private into my private bank. That's who bought the vehicle. You have to put it into your fiction person's name. Yeah, I as the living don't own anything. That's what Gaius is all about. Of course, I don't know how good this car is going to be after the hailstorm's going through right now. There's pretty good chunks of hail, too. That was a golf ball for an error.
Has it been 30 days yet, I guess? Has it been 30 days yet?
Damn close.
Yeah, pretty close. Well, either way, after the 30 days come up, I guess, like you said, we're responsible for taking care of any issues with it, repairs or anything like that.
There's a fair amount of noise building in the background, and I'm having to reboot my computer, so I can't mute anybody out for a few minutes. So please star-6 yourself out. If you're not speaking, star-6 yourself out. That's better. No, that's not better.
I noticed Patrick posted Federal Reserve banking document zip on Friday. I'm trying to connect and download that, but is Patrick's computer accessible?
Go to econcurrent.com.
Okay.
You download it a lot faster that way.
Okay. I'll mute it.
Tom's got it posted in there.
I don't depend on Skype at all as a reliable means to send documents, because people can, ask us to retransmit them 10, 20 times because of Skype problems. Get them at the Yahoo or at the back eConcurrent. It's always much faster.
Okay, understood.
Does anybody have any questions on any of this stuff? Unmute yourself and ask the questions. You start making ways for these people, and they will back off in a lot of cases because they really don't know all the law. That's the problem out here. Had one guy up in New Hampshire there talking to an attorney that he was trying to work with up there. And basically he was blowing the attorney away. The attorney didn't know half of what the hell he was talking about. And then he didn't want to know what the guy was talking about. That's the kicker. That's how dumb these damn attorneys and everything are. And they think that they can just buffalo you away and hope that you just walk away from them. But you don't walk away. You stand your ground. A couple people are supposed to be evicted, but basically they're still in their place because they put some documentation in, and basically they didn't hear anything back from them, but you're not going to hear anything back from them. You will know them by their actions when they don't come about. But you start doing the 1099As and those forms and start looking at this
Diana.
in the process. Also, there's like an 81 form that basically you can file. Information return for publicly offered original issue discount instruments. Send that out to Ogden, Utah. I got filings back from Ogden, Utah on both my 1041s that I submitted, trying to charge me with frivolous filings. Well, I'm going to go right back after them. I got 30 days to respond to them. Well, I'm going to respond to them. And say, hey, you better know the damn law because I will take you to court. The IRS is just a damn public servant. And we're the public. We're the ones that they're supposed to be working for. We're not working for them. They're supposed to be working for us. That's the problem. People don't know who is who. And they're so damn scared that the damn government is the one that owns everything. And that all these corporations own everything. They can't. They are totally fictions. And a fiction cannot be an outright owner of anything. Everything has to go back to the source, as the movie Matrix pointed out. And Neil had to go to the source, because Neil was the source. He was the energy. We are the energy. If we don't put our energy to work, basically nothing will function. Bottom line. That's why sit-down strikes were always a big deal. You shut everything down. In other words, you turned off the switch. None of this is complicated. But we, as human beings, have tried to make it more damn complicated than what it really is. And then we've listened to a lot of bullshit artists out here that don't know their ass from a hole in the ground and just make it all the worse. There's enough information out here that basically you people can go out there and start reading some of this stuff. Get your intake on the damn thing. Stop plagiarizing everybody else's works. Start trying to be a little creative on your own. So anybody that has any questions?
Hey, Patrick, this is Steve.
Yes.
If I want to do I'm going to do the estoppel by deed on my certificate of title. Do I endorse it or give that, sign that back over to them? So like a coupon.
You endorse that state certificate back to them and say, I am endorsing this back and I want my original manufacturer's title to that vehicle.
All right.
You surrender the insurance policy, and therefore you have to get back all of your insurance that is basically being held as collateral. read that Federal Reserve document that I had posted up there about that. That operating procedure number 10.
Okay.
It talks about how to terminate your collaterals.
Okay, I'm downloading that stuff right now, so I haven't looked at it yet. Yeah, I knew I had to do that. I just, and I've been listening to, your other tapes that said the same thing. We're canceling the policy, and we want the funds that was in our name. We want our money, just like you said. You don't have to have proof of financial responsibility anymore, and they're authorizing you to get duplicate plates, and you think you're going to get some type of ID and perhaps your money.
See, in all cases, you have placed your collateral up with the Federal Reserve Bank.
Yeah.
Now, you are your estate EIN person or your foreign grantor trust person or even your private bank, individual banker.
Yeah.
Is going to be the borrower on the 1099-A. In operating circular number 10, go to section 17, termination. The borrower may terminate its consent to be bound by the lending agreement by giving written notice to the credit function at the bank's head office or as otherwise specified by the bank, so long as no advance is then outstanding. Notice of termination does not release the borrower or affect the bank's rights, remedies, powers, security, interest, or liens against collateral in the existence prior to the bank's receipt of the notice. Nor does the termination affect any provisions of the lending agreement, which, by its terms, survives termination of the lending agreement. There's a lot of stuff in that, but basically, bottom line is, you can go in and terminate that whole thing.
Right.
Because you're the source. You don't need insurance. You've got the full faith and credit of the country behind you. All of our forefathers and everything, all of their energy is sitting in storage.
Right. Okay. Operating circular number 10. Okay.
It should be in the zip file that I sent to Tom.
In the Federal Reserve zip file? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, yeah, Federal Reserve banking document zip. Okay.
Two Federal Reserve banks do not need to have authorization forms for you to access them. You can go into the FRB discount window website. I sent you a link in that package also.
Okay.
The authorization form that you need for most of the Federal Reserve banks, except for Philadelphia and St. Louis, is the SC form. You have to get it notarized.
SC like
why?
Sierra
Because you're notarizing a fictional person. You're not notarizing the living person.
Okay.
That's what notarization is all about. You're trying to notarize and get respect given to the fiction.
Okay, I'll check that out. Yeah, you're terminating the letter of credit that we've given them all this time, and we're taking control of the title by name, not by certificate number and seal, but by name and our boundaries, our biometric boundaries, and our signature, our written signature, and our other bounds, and our seal. That makes us three-dimensional, not two. And they don't really have any equity. They don't have any claim. We only gave it to them, and we can take it back.
We only allowed them to use our collateral out here in their endeavors to write bonds.
Right.
And that's the only way that they could come up with their money, is debt money in the process. And all bondage money is debt money. So when we pull the collateral, they have to terminate the usage of that in the process.
Yeah. Yep, once we understand that and do that, then we're off and running. We're starting to be private again. We're getting control of our assets.
We're going to be operating with lawful currency.
Yeah.
We take the insurance away from them, the assurances, the collateral usage of our assets away from them. We shut them down. Now they want something. They have to come to us, and we will determine whether we want to give payment to them for that or not. They've been writing all these bills and everything else out of Congress this whole damn time against our collateral out here, because everything that they do in Congress is a bill. So to have a bill, you have to have a payment on the other side of the ledger. The whole scheme of the thing was that they didn't think that the people would fund them in their endeavor. Well, the people wouldn't fund them, so that's why they set up this scam system of taking our collateral away from us without us even knowing what they're doing.
Right. We didn't.
They're the true criminals, okay? They try and make us a criminal for operating with the debt money that's out here. They make us a criminal by association, but they're the true hardened criminals. Any other questions, comments?
Right, because they're concealing and depriving and using something that doesn't belong to them. They're absconding. Yeah, let somebody else ask a question.
And that's what we have to do, is we have to come in and borrow from our own assets. Anybody else out there?
it's too bad that nobody has ever exposed this stuff, and everybody goes along with the fraud. Nobody's ever pushed to shove against it, or even tried to expose it. Nobody's doing anything.
Well, they've all been wrapped up in looking at the wrong items because that's what they were told to look at by other people.
But the movies about the only things that got close to it.
Yes, and they could only put out a little bits and pieces.
For the eyes that can see.
Okay, Tom, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. I did reboot and I was able to get your file, and I'm ready to upload it to Yahoo.
Okay, holidays. Put it in that folder 36 or whatever too.
Yeah, I have it in the folder 36, and I'll throw that to concurrent too.
Yeah.
It's 6.4 megabytes. Yahoo may not take it.
Yeah, Yahoo may not take it. I don't know.
Yeah.
When you say folder 36, where's that at? It's the Yahoo group.
E-concurrent. E-concurrent.
Oh, e-concurrent folder
And
36.
it's, on the Yahoo group, it's called Federal Reserve Banking, and e-concurrent is called 36-Federal Reserve Banking.
Well, there's a folder called Federal Reserve Banking. You're talking about the whole folder, or the Federal Reserve Banking?
The one that's on the We the People website. Okay.
Yeah, there's a Federal Reserve Banking
yeah.
document.
And then it's got 36 in the middle of it. There, Tom just said. Okay. So that's that file. But this other file may not be able to be loaded into it because it's 6-point-something meg. So the PDF that I put up there, this one about England setting off the debts with England, basically is because see, we really don't owe shit to England. Okay, It's all fraud. They've used our stuff as collateral. Now they're trying to say that we're a debtor to them. No, they're the debtor to us because they've used our assets as collateral. They've used America as a collateral for their endeavors out here, for their source of funding.
Well, one thing about Skype is you can send some big files through Skype, Thomas. You know that.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
You can also download them quicker off of eConcurrent if I get them to Tom. So Tom's got it there, so don't worry about getting it off of Skype.
Okay.
Get it off of eConcurrent.
Okay, I got it. I'll wait till it gets uploaded there, and I'll look for it and study it.
Anybody else got an open mic out there that wants to say anything? You got them all unmuted, Tom? Unmute them all.
Yeah, I have them all on. Well, one is not muted. Okay, they're all unmuted.
Anybody have any questions?
Area code 281 is still making a lot of noise.
Well, don't worry about him right now. Anybody out there got any questions? Okay, terminate the call, Tom.
Okay, thank you, Patrick.
Yeah.
Still got a lot of reading to do. Thank you very much.
Thank you.